Hey guys, Time Cap here. My name is Chris and we have Elijah over there.
Hey, what's up guys? So today we actually decided to do a little reaction video to give you guys some context. This video I did for a client.
Like 2 years ago.
When did it turn 2 years ago around
Like
there?
2-3 years
I believe
ago?
I just turned 21.
Yeah, I'd say about 2 years ago.
I can't remember. I did this for relatively cheap just because I was still getting started. Dude, it was amateur hour.
I mean, you have to start somewhere.
I remember I had my Canon AD, and then I had a monopod, but it broke midway, so like I had to keep adjusting it so it wouldn't fall over. But right after school, I decided to do some more practicing with my editing, and I found all the old footage. Thank God I keep my stuff, and I decided to, you know what, let me put my editing skills to the test and make a remake. So that's what we're gonna be looking through it today. I finished it up during some quarantine time, and I think it came out pretty well. So just for kicks and giggles, we're gonna react to the old one and then react to the new one and see if I sucked or if I did better.
So one of the questions I have is, before we get into the video, what's the first thing you realized that you need to change? Was it a timing issue or
Everything.
So it was just everything. So
Everything.
how long are we? How long is this first video edited?
This one is like 6 minutes because back then I didn't know like client. I knew a little bit. My first reaction is please the client, whatever they want. Right. And the song I did in its entirety, and I thought the more I put in, the better it is.
Right.
Which, I mean, for the client, yes, but to show off, maybe not so much.
All right. So without further ado, let's just get right to it.
All right. So this is the older one. Oh, that font.
Yeah. And we're just going. We can start whenever, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Dude, I used crossfades galore on this one, dude.
Actually, I need to turn off my focus points because I have a red highlights on my thing.
There we go. Dude, I use focus, like crossfades galore. It's pretty bad. I mean, other than that, I got some pretty well studied shots. Dude, when editing this thing, warp stabilizer is the ultimate lifesaver.
Saves your life, yeah.
Dude, there's so many different. Majority of these shots, I think 95% of the entire project was all warp stabilizer. Yeah, because dude, the monopod kept breaking on me.
How was it that day? Was it stressful? Was it?
It was pretty chill. There was another group of videographers and photographers there.
Right.
So this guy
in the screen right now, right?
Yeah, this guy he had most of the control because they were the ones I brought on site.
Right.
So he was kind of the main focus of putting everyone to where to go. So I feel like it was more behind the scenes. So I had to kind of push in and not push like in front of the shots, but like more get to the side of like, okay, let me see if I can tell the story through these shots. And I got a lot of beauty shots outside, mainly because they kind of did half the work, and that he was the one who was like, all right guys, stay here, look up this way, look up that way. If it was just me, I would have to do that.
Right. It's so much easier when it's someone else.
Yeah, I look at kind of, oh man, that guy's rig. I look at kind of wish that I had I got more of the setting.
And right now we're inside the reception area, right?
Yeah. So there was a whole part where I put in the contract what they want to see, and one of them that checked out was that they want to see more of the decoration stuff like that. So that's where let me adjust my mic a bit. That's where all the insides you see, and then I think a lot of my old edit was just let me slap together some clips and see how that goes, and with that kind of tells a story. And dude, there's just absolutely no like sound effects, no nothing, and the whole time I'm thinking is like, you know what, the clips will tell a story, which in I had the right mindset, but at that same time it's more of what else can I add to enhance it. But I wasn't thinking about that at the time because I didn't know I was still, I was still editing for roughly 2 years.
Right.
And I just recently like started doing it professionally.
Right.
Like at my school, that's when I was getting more training on how to actually edit. So this was roughly early in my career though.
And during this point, were you already color grading, or you weren't using color grade as much?
So I was using it, so that's why they look more pinkish.
Yeah, it's like a little purplish.
Yeah, that too. But also the lighting in the room was.
I remember that day. Yeah.
Yeah, and the lighting in the room was not that good. So a lot of the darker scenes, like more here. If you look very closely, you can see the grain. That's because, dude, I have my ISO cranked to
what, 3200?
3200. For those who don't know what that is, but like, the darker the room is, you can crank your ISO and the camera to try to brighten your image. But the more you crank it up, the more grain, the more noise, the more little like freckles that you're gonna see in the back in your video. So yeah, for at this point, I barely had any lights on me, so I busted that ISO way too much.
Yeah, you see right here at the close-ups, you can actually see the grain, the noise.
Which sucks too, because the close-ups outside were like really clear, really, really detailed. But the song too, I didn't like the song at first, and then it grew on me.
The song selection?
Yeah.
So is it the same song you kept with the second?
Oh no.
Okay, so that was the first thing you scratched, right?
Yeah. All right. It was one of the first things I scratched, because like I felt like this song is good. The client loved the song, so I put it in for them.
Right.
But as I started to edit more, and I started to think, okay, what's gonna go with the song? What's gonna build up this? What builds up with the song? I kind of decided to switch away from it. I mean, my initial plan was I thought about using the song again to try to see if it was the clips, but I think the next song selection is really what brought more of an emphasis on the actual like the clips and the event of it. Right. That makes sense.
Just judging from it right now, dude, I'm like reliving that day. I'm like, oh my god, it's like another 2-3 hours again.
For real. What you called? Because you came, right? You just didn't do anything, right?
Yeah. We actually spoke about, or you actually spoke for me. Yeah. They didn't want photography, so I was like, you know what?
No, I think they had like another guy there, which is weird because they brought me on. Yeah. But I mean, I'm all right. I mean, thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, that's what matters, man. Honestly, that's what really matters.
Yeah, right there, that clip before. That's where here too is where you don't see a lot of the colors. It's very kind of
pink.
Yeah. But also, where they were positioned, they were in between two two ceiling lights. So the light wasn't going on them; they were in between it, which sucked too. And what's weird is that I had to. It meant, oh man, the people in the background. So many people got.
I'll say this right now. I like right off the bat, I'm bored. Yeah. It is way too long. Like,
yeah, it is. It's 6 minutes, man.
Yeah, it's how much time are we in right now?
If we're being honest, I think I extended the song too in order for everything.
Oh, so we're pretty much
at the end.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I figured.
All right, and then
yeah, fine. Wow, that was pretty something,
dude.
But
it was
judging from it. Listen, starting out, it was something. It was good, right? It's what the client wanted, and that's exactly what you did. The client, we just got to go by what they want.
True.
And that's exactly what you did here. So you delivered in this sense where you wanted them to relive that experience.
Back then, that's kind of what I knew how to do. And now, as I grew more with more practice, that's where I kind of got better. But dude, one thing I will say before we start this is that thank God I filmed it in 60 frames per second, because the amount of times I could have used slow motion and I didn't because I didn't know how to use it. And I know how to use it now. Dude, it saved this entire edit.
Would you always film in 60?
It depends on the situation, to be honest.
So if you had a second man, would you have him film in 60 as well, or would you film it in like?
He would film. He would film exactly as me. But it really depends on the situation. Like if I'm doing more of like just talking, then 24 frames is fine.
Okay.
If I'm doing something that has a lot of movement and then I know in post I'm gonna slow it down, that's when I'll switch to 60. Okay. So it all depends on the shot and what I'm thinking about post edit.
And the first question I'm gonna ask you once we get to the second video is, how much did you cut back? So it went from 6 minutes to.
So this is the final one where I cut it down to 2 minutes.
Wow, 2 minutes. That's
2 minutes and 36 seconds.
This is the second video, right?
Yep.
Right away, I already see like the vibrance in her on her skin. Comparison. Let's see.
Dude, so glad I did 60 frames.
And we got some sound effects. I didn't hear that in the first time. You saw that? Wow. See, that was different. You didn't have that. What was that? A zoom out thing?
Yeah, it's a zoom out. Some motion graphics on there.
There's a transition. Because you didn't really have transition in the first one at all.
I didn't have any.
It was just all clips, montage.
All of it was just crossfades. Yeah, I didn't realize how good.
So if we stop it right here, like right away, there's an automatic difference.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Why didn't you allow, or what stopped you from including the sound effects
in the first edit?
In the first edit.
I didn't know how to do it. I simply did not know how to do it. I thought that if I added, in my mind, if I added the clip from the audio, it would mess up with the music.
Right.
That was my mentality back then. After like doing some more like research, doing some more practice, I was looking up stuff from Full Time Filmmaker.
Right.
That's when I was kind of taught how to incorporate sound effects. I didn't know I didn't know at the time you could take the sound from the actual clip and use it as sound effects. I just thought sound effects was like, you know, when you hear on like cartoons, like whoop,
like the boom.
Yeah, exactly,
right?
Stuff like that, like over the top sound
noise.
effects.
You're right.
Not and I use sound effects here for the transitions when you hear like the whoosh, like.
Right.
So that's a lot more of like I just simply did not know how to do it. All right, let's keep going.
Because right away, that is a major difference. I feel like I'm in there.
And that's the whole point of why we're told to use sound effects.
And you added some new clips to this, right? From
so a lot of the old clip, I did. I took a couple of new ones I didn't end up using, and I took a lot of the older ones because they were the good clips. And here is more of like it follows more of a storyline. It goes from outside, it goes into her with her guests, her with her family, dancing with her mom, dancing with her brother.
Right.
And then I think once the music builds up, it goes more into the candles, and then in more of the guests, you know, the whole theme of the party. And then towards the end is where it really slows down again. So yeah, one thing I really wanted to make sure is include all the 16 candles, because that's one main aspect of the party.
Right. You're right, because it was their Sweet 16, right?
Mm-hmm. And then it just fades to white, and then I bring it back once again.
And this is towards already in the end, or we're talking about
towards the end?
Wow, that's a huge difference. That is a huge difference. And honestly, I love this edit. I love this edit. I'm sorry. It had a lot more transitions, a lot more fades. The font was different, right?
Yeah, graphics.
That was the first thing I noticed. But it is very, very good. And you actually did a lot more color grading in this one than the other one.
I for my well, it ends like that way. For my thought process back there, it was more of like just bring it up, add some saturation, and you're done.
Right.
Here is more of like, okay, there's actual difference between color correcting and color grading.
Right.
And then, so that's where I was pushing into actually putting some color grade in there.
Like the hue, the luminance. Yeah. It's just, I think just a powerful tool, man.
Yeah, I think by far my favorite part was towards the end where like it slow. I'm gonna play it again, but like when it slows down, and then it goes like in a recap of the whole thing.
Yeah. How long did it take you to?
I'm not proud of that
retouch
part.
this.
Do the whole I think if I'm being completely fair and honest, I would say maybe 2.5 days.
Okay.
But also, those 2.5 days I was home because I wasn't at work and I was at home. And so I was doing this more or less full time. So that's maybe like a day, 2 full days of just straight editing, then color grading, audio and stuff like that. And then I think I took the second half of the third day just to like, you know, tweak out the little perfections, stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, I mean,
dude, and it was very great, dude. I actually love that. Yeah, you're right. It's about how much time are you reducing it to? What aren't you showing? Because what's on the screen, what I'm seeing now, it's what's the most important.
Exactly.
It's what I'm delivering.
Exactly.
So it's just like it's not about the time aspect. I actually like this video. This edit is a lot better because I'm telling you, all honesty, that first video was all boring.
No sound effects, just crossfades.
It was
everything.
Like, all right, I'm back reliving that day. And it's just like whatever.
It's crazy what hindsight will do for you.
Yeah. So, great job, man. That's
Sweet.
pretty much what I can say. So,
well, guys, hope you guys enjoyed our little rant, our little talkingness. I'm gonna upload the full version of the second video to upload right after this one. I'll leave the email down below if you guys need any help with any edits. If you guys want us to shoot anything for you, let us know. He does photography, I do video. Let us know in the comments. Was this boring? Was this cool? Should we do another one with Chris's edits for video for photos?
That'd be
Maybe.
cool.
I don't know. Maybe. Let us know down below. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and follow all of our social media pages. Thank you guys so much. See you later.
Love you guys.